Okay, guys, this is my new thing. Longan. Dimulcarpus longan. That's this one here. It's a beautiful evergreen tree, and I've seen it thriving all through San Diego, and I've seen it in Fremont, big, healthy trees with fruit on them. And I thought, you know what? What's preventing me from growing this plant? So why not get one? So I'm going to do a little experimentation on myself before I release it to the world with my stamp of approval, like everything else I do. And you can see I'm up here at my ranch, and we have a really good microclimate. All this cold air drains away. We have a big mango right around the corner. And I thought I would try this. I have avocados, citrus, that kind of thing. Subtropical paradise, basically. But anyway, I wanted to show you kind of like what a really young longan, how it performed over the winter. And so first of all, longan is native to Asia. No one's really sure exactly where, but somewhere over there. They've been cultivating it for a really long time. And the first mention of it, it was like a couple hundred years BC. So they don't know where it's from, really. Well, they know it's from Asia, but they have their conjecture about where it's from. But anyway, that's not important. It's here now. That's what's important. And it produces a little round fruit that's really delicious. And it actually looks like an eyeball. It's called the dragon's eye. The reason it looks like an eyeball is because it has this really fleshy stuff that looks like an eye socket or eyeball. And it's got a little black seed in the middle. So there you go. It looks like an eyeball. So they call it the dragon's eye. And it's a really succulent, beautiful tasting fruit. Really delicious. Absolutely love it. It takes a lot of like labor to get it off the tree because they're really little. You have to cut off almost like the branch to keep it fresh. If you pick them just the fruit, it'll ripen a little too quickly. So that oftentimes we'll actually take branch cuttings of a whole fruit cluster. So I was a little worried about this tree. I planted it in fall and just wanted to see what it would do on its own devices. And you can see what it did. Frost got the top of it. We got a little frost out here. Frost got the top of it. Looks like it killed the first 3 inches on these tiny little stems that are exposed. And then also over here. But you can see what's happening now. Look, you've got the new growth coming out. This is sort of like what happens to pretty much all these subtropical plants. You know, the top is the most exposed for the frost coming down. And this part actually protects everything else, believe it or not. So it's best just to leave it there, not even cut it off. But I was pretty happy because if these things just get bigger every year, then the likelihood of them dying entirely is really low because they just get bulkier and bulkier and bulkier and bigger and bigger and bigger. It's like leaving a little baby on a scorching day on the beach without any clothes, or like in the middle of winter when it's, freezing out. If you have a little baby, it's going to really suffer. Now, if you have a big old grizzly man, 200-pound man like me, with pretty leathery skin, I might get sunburn, I might get a little frostbite, but that's it. I'm going to survive that. Same thing with these little plants. Little tiny plants can be way more susceptible to dying with any of those sort of calamities that may confront it versus a big old plant. And so you could say this is about as small as you could possibly get. And this one did all right. I'm happy. It's going to get through its first year. It's going to start flushing out and growing. So this will be my new experiment. I will be the guinea pig for you. And if it works out as well as I hope, we should start selling these things. We'll probably start selling them anyway. But they're just like, maybe a little hardier than a mango tree. Maybe not as quite as hardy as an avocado. It's hard to say. I've seen them in some pretty places that get reasonably cold. So you can see the foliage. Some of the foliage made it through the winter here. But I suspect it's just going to refoliate and look really beautiful. I'll give you a report at the end of the summer how it looks. And we'll just kind of keep reporting on this little baby tree. I'm hoping to create basically like a tunnel effect going into my lawn area at the ranch, like a big evergreen tree. They're really beautiful. They're dark green, very tropical looking. I don't think they require much fertilizer to stay that way either. So it'll add a big punch of tropical green out here, which is summertime. It gets pretty deserty feeling out here because it's so hot. And I wanted to leave this open so I could drive my truck or my, the little mowing machine, the little tractor or whatever out here to take care of things, golf cart. Yeah. Anyway, that's it. And come on down and maybe we'll have a longan for you. Call ahead. I know we're going to have a few in about a month. And right now it's April of 2024. Maybe by the mid or late May, we'll have a few in the yard. All right, have a great day.